Okay, I'm here with Tator Tot, and isn't that a great dog name? Tator Tot actually bit one of his guardians earlier today, and he gets very excited. And when the biting happened, I think it was when he was excited as well. So we have actually a quasi-relative of the family, a boyfriend, who's coming over. I'm going to show you how you can answer the door and help the dog stay calm. So now we started ringing this. He started ringing it before we started filming. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate a knock. So he comes over here, he's all excited. So what I want to do is if I open the door when he's excited, then I'm going to be rewarding that energy. And if he's in front of me, then he thinks he's the leader. So what I'm going to do is, what I would have people do is call ahead of time so we can practice this exercise. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the door and, one more time?
Matt.
I'm going to have Matt stay outside on the other side of this glass door. Now, if you're in California, people don't have two doors. In Nebraska, we do. Now, also, I can break down this activity into individual steps to help him practice it. So, if you watch his energy, see how that one little sound, because that sound means the door is about to open. So, I'm just repeating this independent of the door opening. I'm helping him practice the behavior I want, which is to be calm before the door opens. And once I've done this enough, then I'm going to jiggle this one. Now, actually, the first thing I usually would do is move the dog away. So now I like to do things in a positive way whenever possible. Tator, Tator. So if I want him to leave, I might come up with a word of boundary or Mexico or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to throw a treat away. I'm going to say Mexico when he licks it up. And you guys can change whatever it is. So I'm marching towards him. Well, I'm actually trying to show you two different things at once. So I'm going to show you what I plan to show you. I have videos on my website. If you go to doggoneproblems.com and search for door claiming exercise, it'll show you what I was going to show you here. I'm going to show you how we can teach Tator to calm himself down. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to just open the door and stay right there. And put your foot right there so he can't open the door. See how we have the excitement, the surge of excitement. If we open the door right now when this happens, that's the energy he's going to have, and when we're overexcited, that's when we're more apt to make a mistake. So what we're doing is he's just waiting and trying not to give him eye contact, and we're just going to wait. Now, they can't stay in this crazy energy for too long, but people will be surprised at how long dogs can stay in that crazy energy. So we're just going to wait, and you see his energy has already come down. It's lower, it's not calm, but it's lower than what it was. And what we're going to do is just wait for him to stop all this. Now, we like his tail movement because it's parallel with the spine. That's an idea. That's what you'd like to see. If it's going up, and especially it's straight, that's kind of more of a warning. So there we go. So he's excited. He's going away. And he doesn't understand why Matt is not coming in. Well, we're waiting for the energy to be calm. And once that's the case, then Matt's going to start the process. Now, when he actually starts the process, it's going to take time. We're not going to just come right away. So when I tell him to, Matt is just going to reach. Can you hear me? Matt is going to reach for the handle. And as soon as the dog gets excited, he's going to put his hand just back to the side, and we're just going to stop. We're not going to say no. Go ahead, jiggle it. There you go. And drop your hand. Reach. Jiggle. Drop your hand. Jiggle. Up. Stop. Anytime he gets up, then we're going to stop. Trying to sniff him through the door. See, I'm going to lick my way to him. Now, he really likes Matt. He's not excitable. He's not an aggressive dog. I think he got a little confused. But you see, this energy, this is like what I would consider like level maybe 2 or 3 energy, where before he was like at 7 or 8, right? And if he sits, automatically reach for it each time he sits. And Matt's doing a great job. He's not getting eye contact, but we're not telling the dog, do this, do that. We're just stopping things. This is powerful because the dog learns on his own as opposed to us telling him, go sit, go here, go there. That's what a lot of us do, is we tell our dogs to do too many things. In this case, the person that he bit is probably the person that the dog loves the most, but is just confused. So it's a, and it's a trying situation for everybody. So that's much better. So less came over and whimpered, I want, but with a much better energy. Sit. Jiggle. Sit, jiggle. Notice that we're maintaining a sit. He's trying to. Cargo. There we go. Sit. Open it just a crack and then close it right away. So that's the next step. So what I'm doing is essentially we're breaking down the activity of answering the door into individual steps and helping practice the first step over. All right, we got a phone call, so we're splicing this together. So he's jumping up on me. What I do is I just ignore. I cross my arms, I look up, and I just ignore him when he gets down. I would normally pet him when he gets down. We didn't there. So again, this energy is still not one, but it's much, so jiggle it. This usually causes the dog to run over. So now he's coming and checking out, but his energy is a lot different there. Tell him to SIT. Oh, just reach, open it a little bit and close it. Tell him to SIT. Tell him to SIT. Now reach and jiggle. Pull your hand down. Reach. Up. Jiggle. Hand down. Reach. Jiggle. And open it just a crack and immediately close it. And open it a little bit further this time. Up. Wait. Good job of putting your hand down. Tell me SIT. And just put your hand down and just ignore it. So he said it twice and he didn't listen. Now you could say it a little bit louder because it was barely, I could hear it, my hearing's horrible, but he has better hearing. But we want to be very assertive in our movements, and one of the guardians here has a job where he needs to be very assertive in his communication. If you're wishy-washy, the person you're dealing with is not going to take you that seriously. So we want to have a very commanding presence without being overbearing. Go ahead and jiggle it. Open it. Close it. Now this seems like a long drawn out process, and it is at first. After a while, it'll be faster and faster and faster, and eventually the dog will just come and sit here. Go ahead and open it all the way. Close it. Now, of course, we waited until like the coldest part of the year to try to do this. Poor Matt has got to stick out there. Luckily, somebody here hooked him up with a really good coat. Go ahead and open it all the way. Tell him to SIT.
Sit.
Close it. So he has to sit right away. We don't want to, I don't know if he's a DoorDasher or not. I don't want to go chase him. I don't think he is. And especially in this weather, his coat, he's not going to do very well. Open it again. And when he comes over, tell him to SIT when he's about here.
Sit.
All right, we're going to try this in a sec. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have you come in. Your glasses are going to fog up. Ignore that. But if he starts to jump on me, I want you to immediately step back outside. Good. And close the door. So that energy caused Matt to leave. And Matt did it immediately. We're like, stop, 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 stop. And then we leave. The timing is bad. We need to have the timing very, very precise. So go ahead and do it again. Now he's getting some water. And tell him to SIT.
Sit.
But normally he'd be pounding and whining, crying and jumping on the door. Now he's walking away. He's thirsty. This is hard work. He's getting some water. Go ahead and try it again. Now he's not drinking this time. He just went behind mom. And then SIT. But again, we're not yelling at him. We're not, because that would be validating. What we're doing is just, hey, and he's like, I love Matt. I really want me some Matt, but being excited causes Matt to leave. Now, dogs learn through repetition, consistency, and good timing. Something has to be repeated enough times in a row before they can kind of make that association. And so go ahead and try it again. And say it a little bit more assertively.
Sit.
Pat. Sit. There you go. You close the door.
Sit.
And go back out. Matt, when you're watching at that time, I wanted you to be a little bit more precise. Yeah, I haven't coached Matt up. He's being a great sport about this. Go ahead and come back in. But again, you want to just be like really quickly. I usually tell women, I want you to use the same quickness of energy that you do if a man touches you without your permission. That's very suddenness to it. There we go. Sit. But this energy is a lot different than normally when you come in the door, correct?
Huge.
So now this time it took us, I don't know how long it is on the counter, probably about 10, 12 minutes, something like that. It'll get faster and faster each time. So when you're coming home, call and text. And when the guardians who live here are coming home, park in the garage, but they go around and do the same thing, but text each other. So if we're making cookies, we're painting, we're not ready. Then we rush to the door, the dog's like, whoa, they're out of balance. If we were like ready, we can walk to the door very casually, we open it up, the person just stands out there. And with you guys, you're gonna be excited as well, but eventually he'll learn. As soon as I'm calm, they come inside, and as soon as they get excited, they leave. And after enough repetition, he's like, I like them staying here, so I'll stay calm and prevent them from leaving. This here is Tator Tot, and for those of you who are at home, you can't experience this, but Tator Tot just farted. And these are some tips and tricks you can use if you have a dog that's very excited when people come to the door.